We move on to the 9th sloka. Punyo gandaha prudhivyam cha tejaschasmi vibhavasau jivanam sarvabhuteshu tapaschasmi tapasvishu. Punyo gandaha prudhivyam. Just now, if you remember, I told you prudhivyam means from the earth. Punyo gandaha means smell. Punyo means a beautiful smell. Do you remember when during the monsoons, when the rain falls, there will be a beautiful scent arising from the earth? Have you ever smelled that? So that smell inherent to the earth is myself. That's what is Krishna saying. Punyo gandaha, that sweet fragrance emanating from prudhivyam, that means from the earth, is myself. Tejaschasmi vibhavasau, that means vibhavasau means fire. So we all know very well, fire means light, that shining light. So I am that tejaha, that means I am that light emanating from the fire principle. So we have mentioned in the previous sloka also, we will identify sun and moon and stars by what? By light. And the same thing applies to fire also, isn't it? So that tejaha in that vibhavasa, in that fire, that light in that fire is myself. So whenever you see a fire lit in your kitchen or anywhere, you offer your salutations to Lord Krishna. You are that light Krishna. You are that heat Krishna. Next, Jivanam Sarvabhuteshu. Sarvabhuteshu. Sarva means all. Bhuteshu means all the living beings. So the name itself is saying living being. So what is it making it different from non-living beings? Life. So that life is myself. See, a child is born. It has life. Who is saying it to cry loud, shake his or her legs and hands and cry loud? Who is asking that baby to do so? Nothing. It is the life which is goading it to express itself. So we are eating, walking, running, sleeping, doing work. So that we have that life inside, the consciousness present inside, which is able to perceive the world and goading us to do that works which are necessary. So that Jivanam means life in all the living beings is myself. Let me just understand, it is a very intricate thing, So we take it for granted that we are all that is my friend, this is my mother, this is my father, this is my sister, this is my brother, this is my wife. So we take it for granted. No, but every individual is the personification of Lord Krishna only. So we have to see in that perspective. Next, tapaschasmi tapasvishu. Tapasvishu means those who do penance. Penance need not be done only in forests and jungles. You go there, leave alone your family, wife or husband or children or parents or friends. You don't need to leave everything and go to a jungle or a forest and do some penance. No. So there are many people who lead a very simple life in their respective homes itself. So they 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 practice certain austerities here itself. There are many people who take only food once in a day. They use only 2 or 3 dresses. They won't greed for more costly dresses, branded dresses. I mean, very costly, luxurious, different types of colors. No, they will do that consciously, and they are always repeating God's name, Krishna, 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 and they won't be craving of. There is no. They won't have that hankering for all the desires. I want to see that movie, this movie. I want to eat delicacies. I want to enjoy so and so. No, they will always be in the consciousness of God, aware of God. So right now, in the midst of us only, they will live, but always conscious of God. They are doing intense austerities. They have that control over the mind. That itself is tapasya. That itself is penance. So you don't need to grow your beard or mustache, and don't need to go to a forest. You can be here itself. So that tapas in those people practicing penance is myself. That means why 95 out of 100 people in this world are not having that control. Only a very limited number of people, only 5 of them, I meant to say a very minority, a little percentage of people are only having that control. Why others are unable to have the control? Because that firm resolve that I have to do such austerities. I have to control my mind and focus or channel my mind towards God. That resolve was given by Lord Krishna, then only they are able to do. Yesterday, if you remember, Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kaschit Mam Yatati Siddhaya. There are many people who try to attain me. There are many people in the world, but only few will try to attain me. And even those who practice this sadhana to attain me, in them also only a very limited number of people will attain me. So such resolve is gained only by few people. So such firm resolve to do penance or this austerities or this bhakti or the devotion unto Lord is myself. That's what Krishna is saying. Next we move on to the 10th sloka. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam vidhi partha sanatanam buddhi buddhimatam asmi tejah tejasvinam aham. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam. Sarva means all. Bhutana means all beings, all living beings. May be it in the higher worlds or in this world or in the lower worlds or whatever living being is there, the seed of all those living beings is myself. He meant to say, seed of all the creation is myself. So, say for example, a big tree is there, but how it all started in the form of a seed sowed in the earth underneath the mud. Then you water that, and slowly the seed begins to sprout. It becomes a small plant, big plant, small tree, a huge tree, big tree. So we are able to see the big tree now, but what was it initially? A small seed, that too invisible. It was sowed underneath mud, so we can't even see that. That became this much victory. In the same way, initially, all the Upanishads also say there was nothing, empty, blank space. The Lord Krishna, he was alone, only one, no other beings. Then he thought I would separate. Then that means he is that seed, that is the Bijam. So slowly he created the worlds, respective deities, angels, gods who work under him. Slowly people began to grow, and now we are able to see. So, Bijam Mam Sarvabhutanam Vidhi Partha Sanatanam means the primordial, the ancient, the oldest myself. Next he says, Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi. That means Buddhimatam. Who are Buddhimatam? That means those who are wise people. That means they have this knowledge of Lord Krishna, that is knowledge of the self within me, which is pure consciousness. So that the people who are wise means they know this self-knowledge. But many of us don't know that self-knowledge. We only know about this world. Oh, there are so many countries, so many people. We know the science. We do something. We know we have this modern technology. We only know this knowledge, but very few people will have that knowledge of the Supreme Self, Lord Krishna. Though only those are called as Buddhimatam. That means wise people, jnanis. So that knowledge, innate knowledge within those wise people is myself. That's what Lord Krishna is saying. Then Tejaha Tejasvinam Aham. That means we can say it in two ways. Tejasvinam means the people who are proceeding in the path of God. That means who are doing sincere practice in the path of God, or those who are very brave people. So the people, in fact, the people who lead a divine path, spiritual path, only those are called as brave people. Brave people. So they are also called as Tejasvinam. So Tejaha Tejasvinam. So that courage to go in that path is myself. And if you look at it in the worldly perspective also, the ordinary courage, those who are brave people, that courage is myself. But according to Bhagavad Gita, we have to take the spiritual perspective only. So only those who are really brave only, Swami Vivekananda also says, only brave people can go till the very last. That means till the goal is attained, only brave people, courageous people can move on, even though they are faced by many difficulties, they keep moving. So such